It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. High winds and low relative humidity will continue. Critical fire weather conditions in Southern California. That should last until at least tomorrow. A significant winter storm is going to impact the south. 6 to 8 inches of snow from the southeastern part of Oklahoma through the western parts of North Carolina. Further south, snow is going to transition to sleet or freezing rain, and ice accumulation is possible from Arklatex into the southeast. Close at home, winter weather advisory remains in effect until 5 a.m. tomorrow. Snow accumulations between 1 to 3 inches expected. Winds will be gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. You can plan on slippery road conditions. The hazardous conditions could impact your drive today and tomorrow, especially if you're going up the mountain. Slow down, use caution when you're traveling, and remember the latest road conditions. You can get those by calling 511. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The saga of David Pena. You'll recall he owned a computer shop that was operating illegally without a business license, and then he was accused of ripping off some customers. Well, Pena lost a bench trial Tuesday for stealing from customer Corey Schmidt. He owes Schmidt $472.51 due to failure to provide a service that was paid for and not returning the hard drive. Now, when we were covering this story a few months ago, I couldn't tell you how many times we heard the same story from different people. Anyway, he's still on the hook for the fraud charges with the APD, and that's supposed to go to court in May. I don't know of any other lawsuits coming up, but I would bet dollars to donuts that they are. Yesterday, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham came to Alamogordo. I want to thank you all for behaving yourselves and not chasing her with torches and pitchforks. She addressed some of the concerns shared by the people of the city. We have a brief sample here after friend of the station, Greg Gutierrez, asked her about the homelessness problem.
I've been encouraging the legislature to put more into investments for folks who are homeless or unhoused or at risk. I was able to secure about $20 million, so we might need to be reaching out to folks here because we are giving all of the current shelters the boost.
Gutierrez also spoke about a woman he met at Mountain View Church who claimed that the other night she went to the ER, they put her on an IV, and then called the cops and had her trespassed. I'm certain we're missing part of this story. Something between the IV and the police being called. Something happened. Nevertheless, MLG says she's going to look into it. Wonderful. The governor also bragged that New Mexico is going to have free child care soon for all New Mexicans, meaning even those of us who don't have children at home will now be forced to pay for other people to have a babysitter. And yeah, it's by force. All taxes are taken by force. Why do Democrats and Republicans both feel the solutions in the world's problems lie in government? It churns this old libertarian's guts. Anyway, the event is available for viewing on YouTube, and I'd suspect we'll have a link to it on alamogordotownnews.org. With the cold weather here, LULAC has a special announcement.
Hello, this is Stan Hernandez for Otero County LULAC, Council 8105 of the League of United Latin American Citizens. We're working with Mountain View Church at 1300 Cuba Avenue, providing shelter from the cold January 8th through the 10th this year. Their doors open at 9 a.m., providing cots, a warm place to sleep, and dinner. LULAC Council 8105 will help provide food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Thursday, January the 9th, and Friday, January the 10th, at Mountain View Church. If you would like to help with this effort, please contact us at 915-490-5786 or by email oterocountylulac@gmail.com. That's OTEROCOUNTYLULAC@gmail.com.
You can Google up LULAC of Otero County for more details. We have a special announcement now from Animal Village NM.
Winter weather can be especially dangerous for pets. Cold temperatures can lead to frostbite, hypothermia, and other health risks, particularly for short-haired and smaller breeds. Even pets with thicker fur coats are not immune to the biting cold of wind and snow. They rely on us for protection and care, and keeping them indoors is the best way to ensure their safety. Outdoor shelters such as dog houses simply aren't enough to keep pets warm and safe during extreme weather of any kind. Let's bring them inside where they'll stay cozy and healthy.
AnimalVillageNM.org for more information. A Facebook page has launched by the city to be your source for news and updates regarding city parks, trails, courts, facilities, events, programs, and more. Follow the Parks and Recreation Facebook page, facebook.com/Alamogordo Parks and Rec. Beginning in February, new traffic control is going to be in effect at 10th and New York as the New York Avenue Street Maintenance Program, which consists of a water line and sewer line replacement, reaches the halfway mark. Crosstown construction is going to begin in the streetscape work on the surface of the streets known as the Main Street Makeover. During this time, General Hydronics Utilities will continue to work on the 800 block of New York Avenue. The city of Alamogordo is collecting Christmas trees for recycling. Collection runs through Friday, February 7th. All Christmas trees that are collected will be mulched into a pile accessible to the public. You can drop off your tree at the Sergeant Willie Estrada Memorial Civic Center, the Alamo Senior Center, or the Alamogordo Convenience Center. In the month of December, more than 62,200 people visited White Sands National Park, which is a 14% increase over the previous year. Some additional numbers of note: over 1,000 of those visitors attended sunset strolls, and park staff swore in about 1,500 new junior rangers. Well, today is Thursday. That means it's time for a Thursday Thought.
Good morning, 95.1 listeners. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday Thought. Well, soon Donald Trump will be in office, and I have mixed emotions and opinions about that, which I usually keep to myself. When Ken was still alive and had the station, he said, once you don't wander out into the weeds politically or religiously, you just give us something to think about. So in keeping with that, let me say, in Matthew 6:34, it reads, therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own troubles. That is how I'm going to approach this coming year, because I cannot control it anyway. I cannot control the outcome of the year or what's going to happen politically or what's going to happen on the world stage. I just have to kind of live one day at a time. And, you know, oftentimes we hear one day at a time and assume it's about recovery, but in all actuality, that's about living life, because we have no control over the past, and we had control, but we have no control over the past or present, and so there's no reason to fret about it, and there's no reason to worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow may never come. You know, that's worry about today and live in today. That's why they call it the present, because that's what you have is today, and it's a gift that we get each and every day. And I guess my approach changed a lot when I had that spell in last month and was in ICU, and my heart momentarily stopped, and then they couldn't get it back in rhythm for about a week or a week and a half, and it changed my outlook as to the importance of living today instead of in the future. Let me say a prayer for us. Father, help us to live in the present and not worry about tomorrow or fret about the past, because really today is all we have, and at some point in time in today, hopefully it won't change and end for us, but it could. But we need to live in today and not fret and worry about other things, because we cannot control them anyway. Amen. Till we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
In the morning news conference yesterday, Mexico's President, Claudia Sheinbaum, responded to President-elect Donald Trump's latest statements on renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Sheinbaum argued that the name the Gulf of Mexico has been in place since the early 17th century and recognized by the United Nations. She also shot back that parts of the southern U.S. were formerly part of Mexico, so maybe the United States should be renamed Mexican America, stating it was a beautiful name.
Reconocido el nombre por Naciones Unidas, un organismo de Naciones Unidas, pero el siguiente
¿por qué no le llamamos América Mexicana? Se oye bonito, ¿no?
Sheinbaum went on to say that there's going to be a good relationship between both she and Trump when he takes office. I just like the fact that she obviously has no problem busting balls. Eric Bruce Starr of Rio Rancho is in custody after a standoff with Special Weapons and Tactics officers.
And the rounds went right over my window.
It looks like we're getting another caller from Las Casas.
When officers arrived, they heard significant gunfire from different weapons being fired off. Rio Rancho police say New Mexico State Police and the Albuquerque Police Department air support units assisted officers locate the suspect, but then the suspect began shooting at the police helicopter.
Actively shooting out of the back door. The rifle, like a semi-automatic.
After several hours, SWAT officers took Bruce Starr, a veteran, into custody. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and roughly 500 rounds were fired. Following up on a story we previously covered, Christopher Cervantes, who was wanted for questioning as part of a Roswell murder investigation, has been located. Cervantes and his attorney came into the police station on Tuesday. That homicide occurred on January 1st in the southeastern part of the city. 24-year-old Marco Antonio Munoz was the victim and found by a passerby just before 4 a.m., lying in the street and deceased. Police said he had multiple gunshot wounds. Radioactive waste left behind from uranium mines in New Mexico will now be relocated. This is following a decision by the EPA. According to the New Mexico Environmental Law Center, the EPA's decision will move more than 1 million cubic yards of waste at the Quivira Mining Company's Church Rock mine to the Red Rock landfill. That's about 6 miles outside of Thoreau. There are currently no disposal sites dedicated to waste within 350 miles of the Navajo Nation. The EPA says more than 250 abandoned mines have been documented on the Navajo Nation. The state of New Mexico has announced we're sending 5 fire engines and 25 New Mexico firefighters to assist in fighting the California wildfires. The departments participating are from Bernalillo, San Juan, and Los Alamos counties, as well as the cities of Albuquerque and Santa Fe. The units and firefighters leave for California today. The state of New Mexico is also warning residents that high winds and dry conditions make New Mexico a high risk for fires as well. Residents are encouraged to clear dry brush from around their homes and keep anything flammable away from heat sources. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 43 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Capitan at Navajo Pine, Legacy Academy at Redoso. Alamogordo heads to Tularosa. Go, Lady Cats and Tigers. Go! There are 43 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Cloudcroft at Animas, Tularosa at Santa Fe Prep. Go, Wildcats. Alamogordo at Los Lunas. Go, Tigers. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for cloudy skies, 50% chance of snow, new snow accumulations of 1 to 2 inches expected. Tonight, cloudy skies, 40% chance for snow, new snow accumulation less than a half inch expected. Tomorrow, sunny and cold. Your high today in the basin, 36. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 25. Low tonight of 18. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 11. High tomorrow, 37. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 11 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly cloudy skies today with a 50% chance for snow. New snow accumulation of 3 to 7 inches expected. Winds gusting up to 26 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy and windy. 30% chance for snow. New snow accumulation of 1 to 3 inches. Winds gusting up to 36 miles per hour. Tomorrow, sunny and cold. Winds will be gusting up to 22 miles per hour. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 23. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 3. Low tonight of 4. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's -9. High tomorrow, 22. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's -9 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.